All right, today is March 1st, 2022, and I have an update for you. First time in my career, I actually forgot my shoes at the bowling alley. Now, the bowling alley knew that whenever you forget your shoes, they put it in the back for you to come back the next week and you might pick it up. Unfortunately, my bowling alley, they thought that it was somebody in the back that owned the shoes, so they sent it to them, and that's where the confusion began. Those people in the back, they must have taken it for themselves and they put it in their own locker or whatever. So, for this week, when I was bowling, I didn't have any bowling shoes. Funny enough, I had to use my own teammates' bowling shoes for this weekend on Tuesday night bowling league. And my first game, it was terrible, terrible, terrible. These shoes were very, very slippery. They were brand new that I was borrowing from my teammates. I didn't want to swap out my shoe from my other teammate. It was his birthday. And I didn't want to keep on swapping back and forth. So what I did was I was borrowing from another. I was borrowing from another teammate, and I was using his shoes, but it was so slippery. I was all the way up on the approach, not all the way back where I like to be. So I was taking my time, slowly adjusting, and I got a 161 game in my first. And I was playing the number 3 team in the league. The guy that was across from me, he ended up bowling some badass game like 250. Anyways, the next game or towards the end of the first, I was actually able to like understand how these shoes finally worked. I was grinding them in the floor, going out in the parking lot, just doing spins in the parking lot on the concrete just to get these shoes to actually stop sliding. That was my goal. It was just to get these shoes to just grind less and just let me perform normal. Because I like to use shoes that don't slide. And then these shoes that I was using were brand spanking new. They weren't even used. They were sliding a lot. So I was wasting a lot of energy in the first game, driving my feet into the ground to try to like maneuver these shoes to change from a sliding pattern to more of a grip pattern. That didn't work out. So, anyways, I was bowling throughout the first game. I finally got the hang of it, and I ended up bowling on 161. Second game, I came through and I figured out the way it worked, and it worked out to my potential, which in the end I threw about 216 score, which was very good. Since my average was around 200, and then the third game came along and I did even better. I threw a 240. So overall, I averaged a 208 over my 3 game span, and that was with shoes I didn't even know how to use. And that was pretty fun and unexpected. So, if you were to use my pattern that I taught you in my video before, you can do exactly what I did. I mean, when I was in game number 1, I kind of went back into my mentality. I was like, hey, I made a YouTube video. I know how to do this. Got to put the ball to my side, and I got to roll it. And that's what actually got me into that pattern where I need to go. And at the start of game number 2, I started using it, and it worked out real well. And then game number 3, I got the pattern down real well, where I had about 4 strikes in a row. I had a 9, and then it opened. I think it was a 10 pin that I left up. And then I got another 4 strikes in a row. So I was in the 9th frame or 10th frame when I got that chance to work off that. And then I got an 8 spare, and then an 8, and then I got a 244, I believe. I don't know. But anyways, it was something like that, and I ended up getting a really good game. So my series was really, really high, despite me not having my own bowling shoes. So if you going through that type of trouble where you don't have your own equipment, just go back to my video. Remember, put the ball to your side, roll straight up, no curving, and the ball will do its thing. It's that simple. So from me to you, that's a little info of what kind of night I had tonight. It was pretty remarkable, to say the least, for bowling with shoes that I never, ever, ever thought I would be using. So hopefully this will help you guys out if you guys coming through this confusion in your future endeavors. So from me to you, peace out. Catch you later.